and welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 3. In the last episode, Ryu was taken prisoner, then sort of set free by Nina, or at least was going to, and, well, Balio and Sunder got away. Now here we are in the catacombs, I guess you'd call them, beneath the Wyndia castle, and we're trying to find our way out. Ryu went and, in a certain manner of speaking, saved Nina, the princess. Get this treasure chest. Glass domino, that's a piece of armor. I'm going to give it to Ryu because he's the one that really matters if he survives this. Nothing for Nina to equip. Ooh, a battle. Now, of course, Nina has a very low level, but she's a magic user, so let's see if she can do any good for this battle. Now, these are enemies that we've fought before, so it shouldn't be a terribly difficult fight. Ryu could take these by himself. Of course, Nina's just a liability. Take him out. Giving you another chance. There you go. Okay, what you gotta do is go to all of these gravestones and click on the green words. Push the green. I'm not entirely sure how necessary this is to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. In the event that you push the wrong letter, push one of the red letters, you actually fall through the floor. And I did it once just to go get that glass piece of armor that I got at the beginning of the episode. Now, as far as Nina as a character goes, well, none of the characters in this game have a whole lot of character development, but as a fighter, you'll find that well, it's debatable how useful she is. I don't think she's incredibly useful. She uses a lot of magic attacks, and magic attacks can be powerful if you use them in the proper circumstances against a certain type of enemy, like an enemy that is like ice-based, using fire against it. Nina can have a certain advantage in that kind of situation. However, magic attacks tend to be somewhat less effective against bosses in this game, so she immediately loses a few points by not being able to alright. I'm supposed to push the other words before I got to that, but whatever. We don't need to do that. She immediately loses points because she can't deal a whole lot of damage to bosses, and her physical attacks are, well, practically useless. You may find just like throwing in physical attack every once in a while to finish off a weak enemy, or when she runs out of magic power, which is something which may happen a lot during this game, because items that restore your magic points are really not that common. So once Nina runs out of magic, she tends to be more useless. Also, she has a rather low defense and a low HP rating, so she gets the crap kicked out of her pretty quickly and pretty easily. One saving grace she does have is she's relatively fast. Through the majority of the game, she should be faster than Ryu. So, that is an advantage she has in her favor. Now, once you get to this stone, you have to remember to press the words that were red on all the other gravestones. Now, I'm just gonna click on the right words. Red. And was climbing. In the event that you pressed any of the wrong words at this point, you'd fall through the floor, and then you'd have to go and try the whole thing again. I'm sorry, you don't fall through the floor if you do it wrong. You fall through the floor if you do it right. Then you land in this room, you look for where you can fall through, and then here we are. From this section we can leave rather easily. Oh, we have another fight against... There's a new type of enemy here called a Thunder. A Thunder is like the Vault we ran into earlier, only it is stronger, and is capable of casting this lightning attack on itself, and as well as you. In the event that you hit one of the older, weaker Vault enemies with the lightning attacks, it increases in ability, gets stronger, it restores some of its HP. These types of enemies are the ones that you'd want to fight in order to gain experience at this point in the game. You'd grind against these kinds of things. Yeah, do something. Oh, Jesus. Lightning attacks. Oh, Nina recovered. And here we are back down in Wyndia. We're not wandering through the dungeon anymore. Now this is a much bigger city than McNeil was. A lot more people. It takes up a couple of screens for it too. Oh, it's the trendy area. Find the castle is way up here. Of course, you can't get back in. Oh, look at this guy. Now, all these things up here are bread factories. Let's see what you got. Oh, quite a selection you have here. I'll take some bread. These look more like potatoes than bread, don't they? Gigantic potatoes, but still potatoes. Let's check out the downtown area. This is where we were before, but I avoided it. Find an inn. Not gonna stop there. That same guy standing down here. These kind of people are a little snobby. Bitch. I guess not. Ah, okay. Doesn't look like you have a sandwich in front of you. Or whatever. Let's head further down. And we're looking for two things right now. Hey, a bum. There's a weapon shop here. Of course, weapons are always good. Oh, weapons are always nice. Let's get some weapons. Ranger garb. I cut out most of that unfortunate menu sifting. And there's another weapon shop over here. This one sells, well, weapons. The other one sold armor. We don't really have the money to buy the stuff that I want. The claymore would slow you down quite a bit, but it's very powerful. The broadsword, though, is a nice thing to get. But we'll look into that later. You can get a healing herb from this thing here. And now the other thing I needed to show you down here, there's some kids over here playing hide and seek. Okay, you need to find these kids. The first one is down in this corner over here. While we're here, let's take a look at this little shop here. You go and talk to these people. You get a shot for the various different things. Wind block, frost block, flame block. What it does is increases your resistance to that type of attack until you rest, either camp or use a inn or something like that. Find the next kid, I think down here. No, up here. There we go. I'm not entirely sure how old these kids are. I'm talking about, like, Nina, this kid behind this tree. Hiding in plain sight for the characters, but from the player. Now, I always figured that, like, Nina and such was 10 years old. And Ryu, I mean, he's much older than he looks. I mean, he was a dragon forever, so he's probably hundreds of years old. Although he's only been conscious for a few months or weeks or whatever. Just figure them both being like 10. Now, that kid is not up here, so I cut that out. While I was playing this, I had forgotten where that kid was, to the point where I even checked the same spot twice. But where that kid is, that last kid, is in the first level, right next to the entrance to the city, on the left side. Now, of course, we gotta go find these kids, because they know something about Tipu. Tipu had come through this town, and they found, like, evidence of him. Oh, there's that last kid. Fortunately, you can't get at her from up here. You need to go down to the first level and go and get her. Why not? course, Tipu never changes. He tried robbing somebody. Okay, now that we've got everything we need here, we found out that maybe Tipu was actually here. Maybe he's alive. We gotta go find him. He should still be in the area, so let's go take a look around. We can leave Wyndia now and head down south or east or whatever. Let's hit the camp first, though. Let's see what we got here. Everybody has a windmill. What's the deal with that? We've all fought the enemies before, so let's just give up. Now he knows Nina is at level 6 now, and she's got stronger power. Her agility actually matches Ryu's now. Of course, she has lighter armor on right now, but it does show that her agility will dramatically increase. Whoa, what the hell just happened? Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Ouch.